Hello AP Physics students, it's Mr. Burns and I'm here to explain today's lab, the Rocket Lab. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do the Rocket Lab, although it might help. The best thing you can do is pay close attention to what I'm about ready to show you so that you can make sure you get good data, and more important, that you adhere to all the safety rules and safety procedures that we have in place. I'm going to show you how to use the equipment, so pay close attention so you won't have what happened to you what happened last year to first period. Let's take a look. After you've measured the mass of your rocket engine, you need to obtain an igniter and a plug to hold the igniter in. To insert the igniter, you want the nozzle end of the rocket engine. The other end is the end of the rocket burn. This is where the exhaust comes out. Insert the igniter all the way to the bottom, and then insert the pink plug to prevent a short circuit and to make sure the igniter stays in. After you've accomplished that, you're ready to go outside and load the rocket engine and record your data. When you come out to the launch stand, first step is to make sure the key for the launch controller is not in the launch controller but hanging on the rod here. That's where you want it. If it's not there, you need to find it and remove it from the launch controller and place it here. To insert the engine, we just drop it in, but yet we want to secure it so it can't come out. And to do that, there's a screw and then a hole in the side of the launch stand, and just tighten the screw until it's up against the rocket engine so it can't come out. Then we need to hook up the clips, one clip to each end of the wire, and make sure that the metal clips are not touching the metal pipe or you'll get a short circuit. Once your rocket engine is wired up and secured, make sure you press the tear button on the force probe. That way we cancel out the weight of the rocket engine and its holder and only measure the force of the thrust or the push of the rocket. The exhaust will come out vertically, pushing the rocket down, so the rocket will not launch. Then you can remove the launch key and move back and get. Notice now we're a good safe distance back, about as far as the wire and the launch controller will let us get back. And we're ready to test our connection. To do that, insert the launch key in the controller. A good connection, we'll hear a beeping sound and see a flashing red light. When we're ready to launch, we depress the arm button and we hear a continuous tone. That means the rocket is armed and ready to launch. Everybody should be clear. When you're ready to launch, make sure the person inside at your computer starts to record as soon as you start your countdown. So it goes something like this. Okay, start recording. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At 0, press the fire button and hold it down for a few seconds till the rocket ignites. If your rocket doesn't ignite, come and get me. Don't try and fix it yourself. We'll try again. A successful launch should look something like this. I'm inserting the safety key, pressing the arm button, start recording inside. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Notice it took a few seconds before the igniter ignited the engine from when I pressed the firing button. You should experience a similar thing. Now you need to just let the rocket engine cool down before you can remove it. Okay, before I approach the engine as well, I'm going to remove the launch key. Now I can walk back up, put that back, leave this here for the next screw. Remove the rocket engine, loosen the screw, and you can just pretty much pick up the stand and dump it out, maybe onto the ground. And make sure that you've left the wire clips clean, and look for any trash and pick that up. You're now ready to go inside and first save your data to the hard disk and then the floppy disk, and then remove the floppy and go off to your own lab station to finish the lab and let the next group launch theirs. Make sure you take in your rocket engine and get the mass of it. You need its mass after the burn. Your completed graph, after you've adjusted the axes and changed the page setup as explained in the directions, should look something like this one. Print one out for everybody in your group, because each of you is going to measure the area under that right on the graph, and then also do it by computer.